Hey guys, how's it going? Andrew Sherrick here, and today I am going to be talking about how to grow your own oak trees for habitat management or your yard or whatever else you may want them for. So basically how to take this and turn it into this and then later into a seedling. So the first step is going to be to go out and grab the acorns. So I got a few of them here in front of me. I was lucky enough to be able to find a few chinkapin oaks or chestnut oaks that had not dropped yet. So I got a few of these acorns that I gathered up today, and they are still green. The squirrels have been cutting them loose, and so you can still pick them up, they'll still sprout. These ones that are now growing the squirrels had cut them loose and I picked them up, and it's been 3 weeks now and they've sprouted. So after you have the acorns, the first thing you're going to do is the ones that have dried out will be, they won't be as full on the inside as the other ones, or the ones that never fully developed. So you'll take the acorns and drop them in a small container of water, and as you can see, these ones all sank to the bottom. Hopefully you can see that. And so that means that these ones will grow or have a higher probability of growing than the ones that float. So I'll set this off to the side here. So that is something that you'll definitely want to consider doing, as you would with most nuts that you're going to grow into trees. The next step is going to be to put them in a bag. So a lot of people will put them in a bag with a paper towel. I've done that before, and I've done it a whole bunch of different ways. So the next step would be drop them in the bag. They're already wet from the float test, so that will not be as big of a deal like for the first few days. But after you get the acorns in the bag, you'll need to keep them wet or moist so that they will sprout, and preferably in some sunlight or something to keep them warm. So what I have here is a bottle of water, and to keep them moist, you can also just use a spray bottle for this, but you poke a hole in the top, and I like to cut it kind of into a cross shape, and it'll stay sealed up pretty good. But every couple days, while they're in the bag, they'll be aired out a little bit too, but you kind of just want to tip it upside down and it'll slowly drop a little bit of water in there, and that will be enough to sprout them. So then you can seal it up, leave a couple holes in it so it gets some air circulation in there, and that should be how to sprout your acorns. It can take anywhere from, say, a week to a month to see results with this. These ones will be a little longer because they are still green, but the ones that were able to mature fully before falling off the tree will sprout a little bit quicker. So now I'm going to bring the camera in and show you what I do with them after they've sprouted. The acorns have sprouted in the bag, which these ones already have. There's a closer look at that. You can go ahead and plant them. A lot of people use seedling starter trays. You can get those on Amazon or eBay. I do have some of those, they're just not with me now. Still waiting on those to come in. But what I have done in the meantime is I've gone ahead and I've used these water bottles that I just cut the tops off of and put the acorns in them. So I have a couple more here, and now that they're sprouted, you just kind of take your finger and push the dirt off to the side where the acorn goes, and then you just drop the acorn into the hole like that. And then if you want to cover it back up a little, you can. It'll push its way through before too long. This one was covered up, you can't see through the bottle, but anyway, that one pushed its way up a couple inches out of the soil already. So once you have those in, you can just put a little bit of water in them, get it soaked up pretty good, and water them every 2 to 3 days. And by the spring, you should have an oak seedling. You can plant them when they're anywhere from probably 8 to 24 inches tall. You can only let them get so big in these before you plant them. And once they are planted, it's recommended you put a tree tube on them, keep the deer or wildlife from browsing them off or damaging them while they're young. And depending on the type of tree, in a few years you should have acorns. So that is how you sprout an acorn into an oak tree. Hopefully this video is helpful, and stay tuned for more.